What were the like up and coming guitar players at that time that were influencing your playing and your approach and your tone? I always think of like, like the era that we're talking about, like Andy Summers and maybe The Edge, or people like, who were you listening to that was having an impact on what you were doing?
Well, I loved Andy Summers playing. Tonally, it was quite unique. It was so chorusy, but his the chordal structure and the way he took up space in those songs, in those police songs. Sting was a pretty pedestrian bass player. He wasn't flashy or anything, and he had a very round.
That's going to be the pull quote from this interview, by the way.
Great bass player in that band. He did his job for sure. Very melodic, and he's a great bass player, but he wasn't too flashy. It didn't take up too much space. Sure. And I think that left more room for Andy to create a broader palette in behind,
sure.
A really great drummer and a really great bass player and a great vocalist. So it was a whole different context from what we were doing. Alan Holdsworth, maybe a little bit earlier, but through that period as well. He was such a fantastic lyrical player. I mean, he played like a sax player, and I know he played sax as well, but all his phrasing was like that, and his use of the vibrato arm was what really got me into using a vibrato arm. I thought, I'd never heard it. It wasn't a whammy bar. It was a vibrato arm, and he would gliss between notes and phrases, and in such a way, it was stunning to listen to.
Well, there's a lot of that in the solo for Limelight that we're going to focus on today, which is why I brought this Charvel. I don't have a lot of guitars with Floyd Roses on them, and in trying to sort of woodshed through this solo, I realized I'm terrible with the tremolo bar. You're going to have to tune me up on this thing today. Like I make a lot of noise with it, but it's so beautiful the way that you're sort of sliding into the notes.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with the vibrato arm. It's a very delicate appendage to the guitar. I think the way I use it generally is, I'll play something. So it's not so much
Right. Just to give it a little sizzle.
It's just a little subtler thing, and it's a downward vibrato. So it's different from playing the typical.
Right.
Yeah, I just think it's more emotion.